What's been going on in hip hop? Let's talk about it. I watched the BET Awards, and I'll refrain from commenting on the acts I didn't like. I was well impressed with the Migos. You don't see many groups now that perform without the lyrics behind them, and they did all their verses without the lyrics behind them. So that was good. That was real authentic. But here's my issue. The weekend of the BET Awards, you had problems with Migos, Chris Brown, Meek Mills, Joe Budden, Safari. And what I want to say to the young hip-hop artists out here is that award shows are off limits. They should be a neutral territory. You know, I seen Safari get chased and they tried to beat him down from people that I can't say for sure, but that looked like they were associated with Meek Mills. I seen the Migos get into it with Joe Budden. I see the Migos try to go at Chris Brown. And what happens is that if a big event like that is planned in the city, if there's too much fighting and too much negativity, it'll make it harder for the people that's throwing the event to book the next event. Now, as recording artists, you got to remember that, yes, it's music, but it's music business. And you do not want to ruin your business by fighting at award shows. Award shows should be neutral territory. Of course there's going to be beef. Of course there's going to be problem, especially when you talk about young rappers and young hip-hop artists, people that make trap music, make drill music. Of course, you know, there's going to be conflict. But it has to be rules applied, and the rules have to be that there can be no melees, no fighting, no shooting, no stabbing at award shows. Award shows are neutral territory. As far as that go, any place of business should be a neutral territory. This includes concerts also. If you're performing at a club, if you're performing at a big music hall or a big venue that has music, an arena or stadium, if you're at an award show, if you're at a TV filming, anything that has to do with business should be neutral territory. You know, you'll make it hard for people to insure their event. They'll look at it and say, well, we don't want to insure this event because, you know, it was too much fighting. You know, for you young hip-hop artists out there, you know, keep your mind on your money and your money on your mind. Don't go out there and mess your money up. Focus on your money and your career first, more than anything. You know, you get caught up in this beef, but beef costs money. Beef ain't free. So, you know, it wasn't cool for you all to be always getting hostile at the award shows. If there's somebody that you don't like doing an award show or an event, Just ignore them. You know, you gotta have some kind of rules. If you're on some gangster shit, still gotta be rules. There gotta be rules. And you just can't be hostile everywhere you go, because in the long run, that could hurt your money. I mean, shows could be canceled if you're looked at as a hostile entity. That's not what you want to be looked at. When people come to see artists perform, they're coming to have a good time. So when you're a recording artist, you got to remember that that's what you represent. You represent fun. You represent happiness. You represent having a good time. If your image becomes too rowdy, you taint your own events. Your events get overshadowed with the possibility of violence. That's not a good time. I mean, you could look at the situation, what happened with Troy Ave. And you can see that people came to the event with negative energy, and then somebody lost their life and people went to jail. So, you know, avoid that type of energy. Keep positive energy. And remember, you're in the music business. You know, you're there for people to have fun. It's not a boxing match. It's not a wrestling match. It's not a gang war, okay? It's all entertainment. And people have to be able to book you, and people have to be able to get the police to agree to be security and have to get insurance. If you put a bad name on the event, these events will end up like many others. Look what happened to the Source Awards and many others. So, you know, get your act together and cut it out with all the fighting. Another person that's been in the media is Kodak Black. You know, Kodak is young. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta give young people a little break. But here's the thing for Kodak Black. This is what Kodak need to understand. Kodak, you're in the music business, okay? You're in the music business. You're trying to get that money. No matter what, you're trying to get that money. You're trying to sell music. You're trying to sell out shows. Now, why would Kodak Black go out and say he don't like black women? He don't like women that got the same color skin as him, and obviously a lot of his relatives. Now, I don't know if he knows it or not, but he insulted his own relatives that are dark skinned like himself. Now, if you want to have a preference with who you like or whatever, that's your business. But that's your business. And your business should stay with you. Why are you announcing your own personal preference? What the fuck that got to do with everybody else? Shut the fuck up if you just like Redbones, and shut the fuck up and date Redbones. You don't have to say that. Now the thing is that once again here you got a young artist that's ruining his money. He just ensured that a lot of dark-skinned women and men and a lot of light-skinned people that are pro-black and conscious to a certain degree are not going to support him and buy his music. You don't say things that are going to cut your sales down. It's the music business. If I got an artist in the music, I do not want that artist out making statements against nobody. I don't want to make statements against gays, tall people, fat people, short people, light-skinned people, white people, black people, nothing. You're in the music business. Sell music. Don't get all crazy. Now, if you want to make a political statement, make sure you're a political artist. If you're not a political artist with political music, then shut the fuck up, because that's not your audience. Whatever your audience is, then that's what you have to be 24/7. You have to stay focused on what it is you're doing. Of course, some people will say, oh, these black artists should stand up for black issues. But they are lying and they're full of shit because many of them do not go down to their job and make social statements, okay? If you're a bus driver, you don't ride around with a big patch on your arm that say Black Lives Matter, or you don't ride around, stating who you like and who you don't like. You just pick up everybody on the bus. See, your job and your profession is off limit. You don't ruin your job or your profession for no circumstances, okay? I don't care what it is. You go make your money and you stay focused on whatever it is you do. Don't try to be an R&B singer and Malcolm X unless you're singing radical music. People are going to say that, but the people that are going to edge you on, they're not in the business. Look at the football player now that's banned and can't get a job nowhere. Or he was out saying things that he didn't have no business saying as far as I'm concerned. Dude, you got the American flag on your damn uniform, okay? It's the National Football League. Baseball, football, basketball, you guys have red, white, and blue right on your uniform. So it's limited on what you can do while you are at work. I'm not saying you can't make a statement when you're not at work. Nobody told you to go get a uniform with red, white, and blue on it. You already done pledged allegiance to the flag when you put the uniform on. See, nobody want to keep it a billion. When you put the uniform on, that say National Basketball Association. National, well, what's national? United States of America, that's what's national. So you already done pledged allegiance. So the thing is that you got to be careful what you say when you're at work. And Kodak Black, he went and said some stupid shit, and people say, well, he wasn't at work. Well, here go the thing, though. We talking about the music business. See, in the music business, you don't never get off work. The music business is not like a boxer where a boxer's fighting, then he's at home. He's not fighting. A guy's playing basketball and then he's at home. For a recording artist, you are always at work. You never get off work. Anytime the camera's on you, you are at work. You are promoting yourself. With the music business, it's one of the rarest businesses in the world because all the time you are at work. Anytime the camera's on, anytime a camera flashes, you are at work. You always have to be dressed to the T. You always have to be looking right. You always have to be talking and making sense because your whole life is being sold. Your whole life is an advertisement for you. It's not like back in the days where you could be the Temptations only when you were the Temptations. Nowadays, if you're a recording artist, if you're a Jeezy, if you're Wiz Khalifa, if you're a Drake, if you're a Meek Mill, you're that 24/7. There's no off time. The only off time you got is when you go hide and get off the camera. If you hide and go get off the camera, then you off. But as long as you're on the camera, you're at work. So for you young recording artists out there, you got to know that FaceTime, Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, all of that is work. You are promoting. You are talking to your audience that is going to buy your music. So you have to be careful what you say. And the last thing you want to say is, I don't like dark women. Well, dark women ain't going to buy your record now, stupid. Plus, why would you insult your own family? Obviously, your mother's most likely dark. So Kodak Black insulted his own mother, his own sisters and brothers and nephews and nieces. He insulted them. He made dark women in his family seem to be lesser. But like I said, he's young. He's at the age where he think he the only one got a gun and that he motherfucking Superman. And he think when he go out on the streets on that rah-rah Siskumbah, he think everybody else is a deer or a rabbit. He think if he shoot at people, ain't nobody gonna shoot back at his ass. So he ain't grown up yet, see? But he basically is ruining his own career. You know, don't go shut your Instagram down after you done said some dumb shit because you can't take the backlash. You know, shut the fuck up and say what's necessary, and that makes the job easier for your manager and easier for your publicist. I mean, I know his publicist was having a fit. Like, what the fuck you say that for? So, you know, I hope some of you younger people out there that subscribe to my YouTube channel and that are in the music business learn from this. Other than that, I wouldn't have ever spoke on it. But I feel like it's a learning opportunity for a lot of you young people. You know, you're in the music business. You know, your job every time you speak is to build fan base, build a fan base, build a fan base. You don't cancel out nobody unless that's the niche you in. So if you make black power music, if you make black conscious music, then you can say radical shit because you're going to have a black power or black conscious following. And they're going to support that. But if you're just making music in general for the public to try to sell as many records as you can't be eliminating people. It just is what it is. And it's like that for everybody in their business. So don't let nobody tell you you can say whatever you want to say, because when they go down to their job, they don't say a goddamn thing. You know, people are fake. They want to get on the internet and tell you you can say all this radical shit, and 85% of them don't even have their real names up on the internet. And lots of them are losing jobs and being turned down for jobs for saying stupid shit on Facebook. You know, if you're a school teacher, you can't get on Facebook and say no stupid shit. Or when you get back to work, you're going to be fired. So, you know, you young brothers and sisters, you know, you're into the music business, you're into hip hop. You know, clean it up, clean your act up. You know, carry yourself like you're a business person. This is business. Somebody's investing. People got money invested in you. You know, you can't be going around just talking reckless when people got money behind you. Well, you going to go sign to some record label and say something that the record label wouldn't want you to say? You know, you got to focus. You know, stay focused. You know, because you can go up and you can come back down in the music business and any other business. You know, you got to stay focused on your career and on feeding your family and taking care of your family. You cannot try to be Jesus Christ and save the world, and you cannot be out here being stupid, just saying whatever you feel like you can say off the top of your head and run away investors, fans, and companies that are interested in you. You gotta be focused. It's the music business.